I am live covering the Discord messages that were clipped out of context because everyone on Twitter is now duped by drama perverts, impression farmers, Joe Lieberman pack talking Israel, Trump v. Biden, Baltimore investigation, and more. Later, we learn about tradies. I know Lolo got a job at Babylon B because he told me about it. He got offered a job at Babylon B. Okay, you know what? The tradie thing I'll delete. Anyway, there it is. I'm blasting off. Did y'all know that the spiders die after you put them outside? Always try not to kill them, but they die anyway. Good. Actually, spiders are kind of chill because they do eat all the other bugs and they're annoying. Like they eat all the other annoying bugs. So I guess they're fine. Are you Hillary's body double? Yeah, I'm Hassan's body double. Anyway, blast off, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually Hassan's body double. Hassan killed himself. He was very sad and he killed himself. He was like, oh no, I only have a amount of viewership that like every single one of my haters would kill themselves to have. That's so sad for me. I'm going to kill myself now is what I said. And then I died. And then I was replaced by a body double. It's so funny. People are like, oh, dude, he fell off. It's like, bro, if I fell off, then like, what is your favorite content creator at? He never fell on. He should think about falling on. You know what I mean? What's up with that? Why is he thinking about me falling off? He should fall on a little bit and then we'll talk, you know? Jesus Christ. Joe Lieberman, by the way, speaking of someone who's not alive, okay, fell and died, okay? We're going to be talking about that. Let me tell you. This is like wrestling fans arguing over TV ratings. Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. Are you going to cover Alice Springs being put under curfew? Wait, what? Please, for the love of God, what is the building behind you called? The building behind me is called your mother's pussy. I don't know, okay? It's a church. It's a church, goddammit. It's a church. It's a church. It's the oldest church in Australia. Google oldest church in Australia, and you'll figure out what the goddamn church is behind me. The guy that was crying about not being invited to creator parties talking about falling off? Are you talking? I don't even... Dude, what is this? No, it's not. Well, that's what my driver said. Please don't be mad at the chatter. What? I wasn't actually mad, man. I'm hamming it up. What kind of nerd are you? Don't even know the name of the church behind you? Shaking my head. I Googled what you said, and now I am banned from my internet. I just know Joe Lieberman from the easiest difficulty postal 2 called Lieber mode. Yeah, we'll do the crab raven shit in a second. Anyway, I didn't even get to talk about like my fucking personal news. God damn it. Oh God, I kind of have to poo again. I drank so much chocolate milk yesterday with the Cold One boys for their Patreon. It is insane. I drank like 2 liters of chocolate milk, I think. And then we went and we got hot pot. And honestly, I almost did die, which would have been really funny because like if I just like died from shitting my pants too hard after eating some of the spiciest, but some of the best hot pot of all time, after drinking 2 liters of choco milk, it would be like the funniest way to go out. But it would make it even funnier because all my haters would be like, oh, he killed himself. It's like, oh, we got him, boys. We got him to kill himself. And it's like, no, I just died from shitting my pants too hard. I did a Patreon video for them with the boys where we just tried and taste tested choco milk. And then afterwards we went to get hot pot. And let me tell you, that hot pot was so good. Melbourne food has been 10-10 every single time. Sydney food has been 10-10 every single time. It is not even a joke. I am telling you right now, Australian food is out of control. Thank God. Thank God for immigration, okay? Because honestly, if they were just like letting these boys off, okay? If they were just out there raw dogging life on their own without any like immigrant populations, they would be like London, okay? Which is really interesting because London is also carried by immigrant food, but like Australia carried even harder by immigrant food so much that it doesn't even feel like immigrant food at a certain point. Like they do a lot of like Australian cuisine fusion and shit like that. It's just great overall. Honestly, Melbourne clears shit knee. Hassan, you've been offline for 2 days that you missed this. I've seen the Dune MMO exclusive preview. Austin is shutting it out for everyone, slutting it out for everyone but you. Yeah, I know. I'm the one who says I don't want to do it with Austin because I'm not ready. Are you an Aussie now? Yes, I'm an Aussie. Those Biang Biang noodles hit? Yes. Is there a lot of Vietnamese food there? So you should get some pho. Bro, this is valid across sectors. The country is run by immigrant labor and ingenuity, and in return, they get vile racist treatment. Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, the Vietnamese food out here is so bomb. Oh my God. The Chinese food out here is so bomb. It's out of control. It's so goddamn good. Anyway. Yo, you hit that Vietnamese real southern. Vietnamese. NMP Milena collab when? I did hear about the epidemic of women getting punched in New York. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Have the Aussie boys talked you into planning a trip to China yet? I talked them into planning a trip to China. Because I am doing it. I'm getting ready for that. He's like a 30-minute drive from the largest concentration of Vietnamese people outside of Vietnam in North OC. He should be able to find plenty of good Viet food at home. Dude, Fango, what's wrong with you? Not everything has to be a debate, man. Like, why are you getting weird? He's literally mad that, I like the Vietnamese food in Australia. He's like, we have our own Vietnamese here in America, you fucking piece of shit. You stop that right now. You fucking... Don't say the Australian Vietnamese are better than American ones. It's like, chill, man. It's okay. I'm sorry that I haven't had the Vietnamese food in Los Angeles, bro. Chill. They're Vietnamese too, man. Chill out. Man, I'm just telling you where you can find good stuff at home. Not mad at all. Okay. Maybe I just sussed out the vibes wrong. I don't know. He owns a restaurant. Leave him alone. I'm lying. No, he doesn't own a restaurant. He's a fucking EV blogger, journalist guy. What is this? Not gonna lie, I'm hella poor. Most food combo is food purgatory adjacent. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, if you ever catch yourself in fucking Australia, let me tell you, it's really good. Yeah, Moen Rabbani's thread I saw, but only saw that he had written a thread. I didn't actually read the thread. And then I saw at the time it had 8K likes. So I was like, oh, dude, Destiny is probably so mad. I'm sure he'll Moen Rabbani made a thread about Destiny. So Destiny, I think, has been crying about my Discord messages for the past 2 days to be like, hey guys, Hassan is going to kill himself. Please. I did not get owned in this debate. Please. Okay. Look, see, I'm covering Hassan's Discord messages. Oh, man. Oh, brother. This is, guys. He's getting lasered, bro. He should have never done that. It was a bad idea. Bad idea for him to go and get intellectually outmatched by dudes who know what the fuck they're talking about. Waltzing Matilda. He was so mad. He said Jim Crow was okay. Yeah. If he doesn't, the thing is here's a really cool idea. Okay. This is a free one for Destiny. If you don't want to look like a racist asshole, try not being a racist asshole. Free one. It's literally $0 and 0 cents. Okay. Mr. Bonatelli, just don't say shit that's super fucking racist and you'll be fine. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Maybe it's hard. Maybe it's really hard. I don't know. I just it shouldn't be though. Don't defend genocide. This is a good way to start. I think you would probably feel better overall if you just didn't defend genocide anyway. You should make an alt Twitter just to have it keep up with the ongoing stuff. No, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Chatters are hey, just have a little bit of a crack. Just have a little bit of crack. He's yeah, just get an alt Twitter. So I already have an alt Twitter. And I don't use it anymore because I just it sucks. Twitter just sucks in general. There are 1.5K people watching you say this and they're sniffing their fingers sharply and then typing funny coming from the extremist. Love them. Yeah. Emma, you don't have to call them out. What do you got? Are you in their webcams? What's going on, dude? How do you know this? Anyway. Speaking of Twitter, Lamau, the Moen Rabbani thread. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. Spam bot owners say it's gotten easier to drive traffic since Elon bought Twitter. Why are spam bot owners flexing, dude? That's crazy. What is happening? Hello? Why are they literally flexing on New York Magazine? They went, spam bot owners are like, hey, listen, dude, pussy and bio is on top right now. Pussy and bio is no longer relegated to just a bio. It is in your bio. Well, you don't even understand it. I got pussy everywhere, dog. In my bio, in your bio, on your replies. Pussy in everyone's bio, bitch. Why are they flexing? I think it's really fucked up. They should not be able to flex. Okay? It's like what you're doing should be illegal. In the real world, okay? In the world that I want to live in, you should go to jail. And so should Elon Musk for fun. Twitter was also thirsting after you. What is this? Is this just your bookmark? What? This is crazy. Wait, does this have 13,000 likes? What the fuck is happening? Did you just send me your fucking bookmark? And it has 13,000 likes? What is going on? Also, never send me bookmarks ever again. Okay? Send me the actual link. What the fuck's wrong with your brain?
This is terrible because it's all of my fears. Looking not hot, and also my fear of the ocean. Specifically, the animals within the ocean. I'm doing both at the same time. Terrible, terrible stuff.
So lucky, lucky, I'm so lucky, lucky, I'm so lovely, lovely, I'm so lovely, lovely, you can fool yourself, I promise it will help, now every single day, I just wanna hear you say it.
Doing it in a manly way. Oh, that's your flipper.
Dude. Dude, I was so not scared. I was just faking it. You guys believed it. You guys believed it because I was faking it, dude. I was not having, oh, man. What? Wait, fuck off? Fuck off? What? What is happening? Are you okay? You were so loud. Dude, I was loud because I was faking it. That's right. Don't believe it. Nobody believed the thing that happened where I was scared. Bro's just mad that you look so good. Oh, nice. Anyway, fuck these pussy and bio bots, bro. I can't believe that they're like literally flexing on us, dude. They're like, Elon Musk is such a dumbass that we get to like run train on Twitter. That shit sucks, okay? Anyway, we'll cover that too. Let's get started on smoking on this fucking dipshit's pack. Joe Lieberman, giant piece of shit, literally almost single-handedly responsible for not having universal health care in this country. Just fuck him, honestly.
Joe Lieberman, the former senator and vice presidential candidate.
Joe Lieberman's entire goal in Congress is basically to play the role of spoiler, okay? Famous spoiler guy.
He was known for
he was the OG spoiler. Like, I mean, he wasn't the OG spoiler, but like he was the spoiler for the Obama administration.
Party line that was still active on the political scene in this election year. Our chief Washington correspondent John Carl has more on his life and legacy. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Michael. Joe Lieberman was an American original, a man of faith, a man of principle, a partisan Democrat who turned independent, a man who tried to overcome political differences during our deeply divided time. In 2000, Joe Lieberman came within just a few hundred votes in Florida of becoming the first Jewish vice president in American history. As he accepted the Democratic nomination that year, he vowed to do everything he could to help his party win the White House.
And I want you to know tonight that I will work my heart out to make Al Gore the next president of the United States.
Democrats loved it, but Lieberman was never one to put party first. And just 8 years later, he was once again center stage at a party convention. This time, the Republican convention, endorsing his friend John McCain.
Being a Democrat or a Republican is important, but it is nowhere near as important as being an American.
I hate this fucking piece of shit so goddamn much. Like OG, early Kristen Cinema ass, dumbass, bullshit ass, bitch ass motherfucker. Just absolute piece of shit. There was a bot that was trying to get interaction by asking if they should send you news so you won't video game yourself. That's awesome. What has become of the world? What has become of Twitter? Musk is fixing the issue right now. No more pussy in bio. We're going to have community pussy. Ay, ay, ay. Can you be nicer to Connecticut now that one of our demons are gone? By the way, it's pretty funny because, like, you know how I always have the smoke for Connecticut? Like, he's one of the guys. He's one of the reasons why I have the smoke for Connecticut. Him and fucking, what's his face? Is it Chris Murphy or Chris Coons? No, it's Chris Murphy, right? It's like, I can't stand this motherfucker. I could not stand this motherfucker, and I can't stand Chris Murphy. Just so annoying. Honest question. I assume pussy in bio actually works on people because why would they do it? Dude, honestly, pussy in bio works against other bots. Like, everything is just fake now. That's what it is. I'm sure this guy went off on Joe Lieberman.
Did do personally. So
yeah. Okay, look, see? Obabe boys got the smoke for Joe. Smoking on the dead ops pack. John Favreau. Shocking. Because remember, these guys are like civility politics guys. Or not John Favreau, John Lovett. Sorry. Fuck, what am I saying? Favreau is also a part of Crooked Media. These are the Pod Johns. Remember, they were Obama speechwriters. So, of course, they fucking despise Joseph Lieberman for tanking like a big chunk. For tanking a big chunk of Obama's like signature accomplishments, especially in the form of the ACA. Like, there was a supermajority in the Democratic Party. And of course, Joe Lieberman basically fucking did the classic rotating villain shit and cooked it.
after the public option was killed from Obamacare, there was a compromise proposal. Now, of course, Obamacare is a compromise, and the public option is a compromise. So this was a compromise on a compromise on a compromise. And the compromise was that near seniors, people 55 and older, would be allowed to buy Medicare. I'm sorry for going to the details, but to me, this is one of the most galling and despicable things a person's ever done.
I suspect Lovett made this a while back, for the record. I suspect that this is old and it's being resurfaced now because, like, didn't you do an episode on the old pod with him? Yeah. I think that this is an older, John Lovett did this back in the day probably, and it's being resurfaced now. Hassan made a video with Lovett. Yeah, I did. Back in 2021.
They're scum, right? But even then, in comparison to what you see on Facebook, it's like, well, at least they're not saying that there are space lasers. And
yeah, I'm tapped in with the Pod Johns. You know, those are my boys. Remember that. Do you think it's possible to get him on the show at some point? Yeah, of course.
Done, and I will repeat this till the day I die. The Medicare buy-in, 55 plus. So what that means is near seniors can buy into a public option. My parents would have loved to have this. They were counting down the days till they were eligible for Medicare because their premiums were going up because they were older, and people that are nearing retirement are sicker and require more medical care than younger people because your bodies are falling apart because of the vicissitudes of evolution, and it really sucks. Not one part of us gets better. And that's the deal. I don't make the rules. I wish I did. It'd be better. They'd be different rules. I don't know how much different, but different. The Medicare buy-in is exactly the kind of thing that a moderate like Joe Lieberman should support. It was fiscally responsible, it was practical, it solved a problem, it was moral, it was just, it was a compromise, it was something Democrats all agreed with, but he has insurance companies in his state, and so he personally kills it. And when you get rid of the Medicare buy-in, so the Medicare buy-in means that near seniors pay less for insurance. It means younger people that are not near seniors pay less for insurance because you just removed a bunch of older people out of the population of people buying insurance, so insurance premiums on the whole go down. Medicare is more efficient than the private system. So insurance costs for healthcare costs for the whole country go down. Care gets better because Medicare provides excellent care. The only people that pay are the insurance companies. But as a favor to the insurance companies in his state, Joe Lieberman killed the Medicare buy-in himself. He was the 60th vote. If he said yes,
Yep, 100%. That's it. That's like, this is the most famous moment for Joe Lieberman's career in a sea of back and forth. Like, I'm an American. I care about America. Like, I'm a compromise guy. That was his signature accomplishment in his life. And honestly, that's just pure evil, even though it doesn't track as pure evil. This is the problem, right? Like, people who operate at the behest of pharmaceutical companies, at the behest of insurance providers that do stuff like this, that legitimately impact the life of millions, hundreds of millions of innocent civilians, never read as villains. We don't think about them as villains. What that man did is basically comic book villain shit. Okay? And that's why when there are instances like elderly statesmen getting celebrated by the media for fucking falling on their ass and dying at their old ass age, a beautiful future that they did not offer to millions of Americans as a consequence of their actions at the behest of American corporations, because I'm sure plenty of Americans would love to die in their old age around their fucking family when they fall on their ass, okay, at the age of like 80 or whatever. But they never got there because they never got the health care, because we don't have free fucking health care in this country. Fuck that guy. Actual villain.
it would have been in there. And every person in this room is paying more for healthcare because of Joe fucking Lieberman. And so the idea that Joe Lieberman is to come in and lecture us what's good for working families and good for the Democratic Party, he can go fuck himself. Joe,
like, that's it. He's right. That way he literally fell and died, dude. Fuck him, Lamau, that owns. That's what I heard. I don't know. I heard he fell and died from NPR, and I don't think NPR is lying to me. It's because his villainy has been alienated and safely separated from the actual harm to the point that he appears civil instead of him using a pen to kill millions of people. Imagine if someone did that physically, like used a pen as a weapon. Much more gruesome and easy to comprehend. No, because our system is designed to churn out these fucking results, and because of the division of labor in every aspect of our existence, it doesn't track as like a singular person being evil. But that is exactly what it is. And it's not even like a singular person. There's a lot of people that are also just as evil. But it's like kind of crazy to think about, because like this guy's got bodies, but we don't ever fucking think about it like that. We don't think about like this guy having bodies, okay, to his name. I don't know. Joe Lieberman is the failure of liberalism. You cannot talk about Joe Lieberman without talking about liberalism's many different glaring, obvious failures. Joe Lieberman is a deity, is yet another great figure of the rotating villain that is embedded in the Democratic Party. It is inside of their infrastructure that the Democratic Party basically relies on. Okay. And the reality is that we need that. We need the Joe Liebermans. Like the Democrats need the Joe Liebermans. They have to have their own internal villains, so they don't just shit on the Republican Party. God forbid. They have to make it easier for the Republicans to win stuff. And yeah, Joe Lieberman, Kirsten Sinema, Joe Manchin. Here's my warning to all the up-and-comer rotating villain Democrats out there, like that sexy mechanic lady from what's his face from, I think she was from Colorado with the tattoos, like the alt chick, the John Fettermans. She's not even a mechanic. She owns an auto shop. What the fuck was her name? Anyway, you'll know more about her in the future. Yeah, thank you, Marie Glusenkamp Perez. The Problem Solvers Caucus, John Fetterman. Okay? Let me tell you, she's not from Colorado, she's from Washington. Okay? You will be remembered in infamy, but not in a good way, but exactly in the same way that we're shitting on Joe fucking Lieberman. Okay? Many of you think you'll make a name for yourselves and you'll live comfortably and, you know, that you will be remembered fondly. You will not be remembered fondly. We will shit on your fucking graves once you are long gone for all of the crimes, for all of the villainous behavior that you subjected the American population to, you subjected the global population to. We will remember them and we'll shit on you. You will not be remembered fondly. So if that's all you care about, and many of these fucking dipshits are self-interested and they do care about that, if you don't want to have a graveyard soaked in piss, then figure it out. Get your shit together. Okay?
Lieberman says in this that Joe Crowley's reelection would be evidence that Democrats are capable of governing again. Fuck you. We are the only governing party this country has had, and the problem with the sleazy people like Joe Lieberman who do no labels and all that bullshit is they look at our politics right now and they would rather say that both parties are to blame than admit the truth, which is we have one party that's lost its fucking mind.
Depending on which way our politics sway in the next 30 years, they may be seen as heroes. Not really. They're still like seen as partisan by the fucking Republicans who will say like, oh, well, he was a Democrat, so he's like a baby eating vampire. It's just like the Democratic Party itself will most likely not hail them as heroes because their job is to be a ruiner of the agenda. Is Fetterman on the same level? I thought he was less a roadblock for legislation and more a genocide pervert. Yeah, he is. I mean, look at his attitude on immigration and shit. You know what I mean?
McCain later said he came close to picking Lieberman to be his running mate. Joe Lieberman served 24 years in the Senate, representing his home state of Connecticut. He was a progressive on most domestic issues and a hawk on foreign policy, a strong supporter of both wars in Iraq. He was a deeply religious man, the oldest of 3 children in an Orthodox Jewish family. He was one of the first prominent Democrats to denounce Bill Clinton's behavior after his affair with White House intern Monica Lewinsky was revealed.
Such behavior is not just inappropriate, it is immoral, and it is harmful.
President Clinton called him after that speech and told him he agreed with every word. But it was Lieberman's support of the second Iraq war that infuriated Democrats.
This is a battle in the war on terrorism. Failure and defeat is not an option.
Lieberman ran for president as a Democrat in 2004 in a campaign that never really got off the ground. And when he ran for his 4th Senate term in 2006, he lost the Democratic primary. Undeterred, he ran for re-election anyway and won decisively as an independent. He retired from the Senate in 2012 but remained active in politics, supporting both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden in their campaigns against Donald Trump. But this time, he has helped lead the effort by No Labels, a group he co-founded to run a bipartisan third-party ticket to take on both Trump and Biden. In an interview just last week, appearing a little weaker, but his conviction as strong as ever, he made the case for a bipartisan presidential ticket.
We'll begin to solve our problems, and we'll stop fighting each other all the time, which is what the Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, we gotta stop fighting each other all the time and just fight more Muslims. Fucking ghoul, bro. Sucks dick and ass. Here.
Iraq.
Joe Lieberman was a public servant who clearly cared about America and cared about his family and friends. If we're assessing legacies, however, like, Mehdi doesn't, you don't have to fucking suck his cock, man. You don't work at MSNBC anymore, okay? I just hate this like civility bullshit. He like literally has to do that. Oh, he cared about Americans. It's like, no, he was not a public servant. Okay, he was a public villain. Fuck that guy. Like actual piece of shit. Actual piece of shit. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, here. No remorse for the Iraq war by this fucking ghoul.
I got to ask you about Iraq. We just saw the 20th anniversary of 9/11, the end of the Afghan war. You have someone like Chris Murphy now representing Connecticut that you sat in for the Senate. He's very critical of the Iraq war. Have you disowned it? You know, as recently as 2015, 2016, you were still saying you thought it was.
Yeah, someone like Chris Murphy is very critical of the Iraq war because it's now allowed and appropriate to say that the Iraq war was bad, even though it is objectively bad and was objectively bad, right? But like Chris Murphy also is like talking about doing coups, talking about fucking Venezuela, talking about America interfering in the affairs of other countries all around the world. Okay. Like Chris Murphy, I'm sure is he's the type of dude who's not very upset about what's going on in Gaza, for example. Okay. So the notion that like he's somehow different is silly. This guy is just an extra piece of shit. He's an old school piece of shit who's still maintained his piece of shit attitude when all the other people that were like champions of the Iraq War in the same way that Lieberman was recognize that like that's no longer in fashion, and therefore you have to retriangulate and act like you were never fully on board with it. You know? What is this?
Stunned by her election night
Yeah.
victory over longtime
Oh, yeah.
Congressman
Lieberman urges voters to back Crowley over Ocasio-Cortez. Another fucking L for that pathetic loser.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is stunned again by a scorching attack from Senator Joe Lieberman, proving becoming the it girl of New York politics has its ups and downs. Lieberman, using an op-ed piece in the Wall Street Journal, says Ocasio-Cortez is likely to hurt Congress, would make it harder for Congress to stop fighting and start fixing problems, and is more socialist and democratic.
When you look at the policies, those are not policies that will be supported in very many places across America.
Lieberman, appealing to the residents of the 14th Congressional District to vote for Crowley in November on the Working Families Party line, is also critical of her foreign policy views. She upset many during an interview last week when she called Israel an occupation force over the Palestinian territories.
I also think that what people...
Yeah. Tim Pool said you had a mental breakdown on your loss of viewership. Yeah, dude, it's right. I did. I'm having a mental breakdown from my loss of viewership, even though my viewership is like maintained stability this entire fucking time. I'm losing my mind. Thank you. You're right. What happened to these people that used to be like, yeah, I don't believe anything that Tim Pool says, but now that like he's in agreement with Destiny, that you're like, you guys are both on board? What's happening? Tim Pool is so obsessed with your viewership, he made a whole ass YouTube vid on it. Yeah. Part of the reason why my viewership has gone down is because of October 7. I'm sorry. A lot of people in the liberal circles love dick riding Israel. Okay. You know, this is it. Not true. You used to average 30K. I think the emotional, mental health aspect of it is this, though, because like I literally have the most autistic fan base of all time, and they literally have debate autism, right? Like everybody has like different degrees of autism in the fandom. Some people love trains, some people love politics, but everybody has debate autism, and they literally cannot stop themselves, like physically, from immediately being like, not true. Like no matter what I say. And after a while, it just gets really annoying that I have to deal with like contentious ass motherfuckers nonstop. Just talk about trains, man. Fuck. Anyway, my point is, yes, post October 7, like a big chunk of this community left and never to return. That of course makes me sad, because it's not about like, oh man, people don't like me anymore. That's who gives a shit. It makes me sad about the state of affairs as far as like the progressive left, as far as like leftists and their opinions. So that's what it is. It is of course going to be frustrating to go from 30K to 20K, especially because of an issue that is very important to me, an issue that I have been talking about for years and years, right? And that's it. That's what makes me sad about it. It also makes me sad because that was also like 6 months ago. Why would they bring it up now? Well, because people are just like desperately looking for new angles and like drama. It's so funny because you're big in relation even when you're falling off, so you still surpass them all. You've fallen off. What are they? Yeah, I mean, no, Tim Pool has a bigger audience than me for sure. He's always had a bigger audience than me. I remember my ex, who's never watched you, was telling me to stop watching your content because you have bad takes. I want to ask them what those takes were. They couldn't answer. Yeah. Do you think liberals who left will eventually realize your position on ad breaks is and was correct? God damn, dude, you cooked. One hot issue undid years of work. Anyone would feel shitty. Yeah, it just makes me feel like a lot of people's allegiance to progressive politics is like totally conditional, and they do have like very reactionary approaches ultimately that end up swaying them like in a totally different direction. And that kind of sucks because like everything that I do specifically so I can like get people to recognize the error in their thinking. Psychedelic Gazelle, thank you for the 20 tier 1 gift of subs. By the way, here's a 3-minute ad break now. It sucks to see that. That's just, there's no other way to explain it. Like, yeah, it doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? Why would it feel good? Of course it doesn't feel good. I'm not like dying or anything. But it is weird because like, I think what is really shitty is not necessarily like losing a third of your audience because of your opinion on, Israel's active genocide campaign. What also feels shitty is like everyone literally making content out of me talking to my own community about how fucking annoying they are about politics and robbing it of that context and then speculating on my behalf while I'm not even fucking live or online, having a great goddamn time, completely oblivious to this reality. So then when people fucking check in with me in the real world, they're like, bro, are you okay? Like, I saw some shit. People are talking about how you're going to kill yourself. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? I didn't even know. I didn't even know. And no, I'm more mad about my community being like, I only want politics, which is something that everyone would objectively agree to in the broader sphere if it wasn't me saying it. So that's what it is. Like that rant, that whole rant that I had in my Discord was about that. Was about the fact that like there are a lot of annoying motherfuckers out here who only fucking talk about politics and only want politics. That's it. You're like the lady that took a flight and landed infamous? Yeah. It might also be the H3 audience leaving. I mean, I'm sure that plays a role in it too, but still. But it does blow my mind. What? Damn, my bridge request was ill-timed then? What do you mean? Just to add in, it wasn't just October 7th. Political content as a whole is down. Your sub count hasn't gone down massively either, which is why I think people in general are busier. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I see this a lot. Like, I think my audience is getting older. You know what I mean? They were younger. They didn't have jobs. They were in college. And now they have jobs and they're no longer in college. So they still support, but they don't watch as much live, which is fine. I mean, it happens. That part is not a contentious aspect of this at all, right? What is actually shocking is the fact that, like I said time and time again, this is about Twitter. This conversation always devolves around, or always revolves around Twitter. What do I mean by this? On Twitter, people literally took 3 days ago on Discord, I was complaining about how much Discord loves politics. Like the heart of this community loves politics and nothing else. And they are like antagonistic towards like anything that's not immediately political, which is something that every human being that is not in my Discord would agree with, right? Most of those Twitter losers would agree with that. They'd be like, yeah, don't make everything political. So that was what the rant was. And I was like responding to people, including like some of the people who were like saying, hey, I have a really good idea for content. You should do a scuba diving stream with a heart monitor, which is what I had done. And they did not watch. So I was like, I'm going to kill myself as a joke. Like I wasn't being serious. But they took all of that out of context and posted it and did not post the rant that started it all, which was like, you guys fucking love politics and you are making normies go insane. Like you're like normie repellent, right? Like, why the fuck are you so incredibly brain broken about politics? You are behaving like normie repellent. Like we have a project where we want to be fucking normal and we want to present leftist politics as a normal thing. All of that, of course, not in the fucking clips, okay? Not in the clips at all. So then they presented it in a way where it was like, oh, Hassan wants to kill himself because he's like losing viewership. And it went super viral. And I had no idea. I had no fucking idea whatsoever. You want to know why? Because I don't have Twitter on my phone and because I wasn't online. Okay? I wasn't online. So I had no fucking clue that this was going on. And I started getting messages. I started getting messages from like Mike Malak, and you know, like random friends of mine that are on Twitter, but like are normies otherwise, being like, "Hey, bro, is everything all right?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? What's going on? Did you actually fall off after October 7th? No, it's dumb as fuck. My fall off is still 20K. That's insane. I'm still one of the biggest fucking content creators on this goddamn platform. People are so stupid for saying this. It's like people who, here, I'll tell you this much. People who are always like, Hassan is falling off, are the same people that would literally lose their minds if they got the normal viewership that I get. And it's so sad because like those are the same people who are desperately trying to farm clout while I'm offline to be like, yeah, he's falling off, guys. I'm falling on though. Try falling on, dude. Look, I'll keep it a $150. Like Mr. Bonarelli, if he got 20K consistently, his audience would be so fucking unbearable. You know what I mean? His audience would be unfucking bearable. They'd constantly be like, dude, we're killing it. We're killing it. Hassan is dying. Hassan is dying. Our boy is on top. Mr. Barilla, I don't know what his fucking stats look like, okay? Because I'm not as obsessed with him as he is with me. He apparently looks at my stats every fucking day and loses his goddamn mind. Like, I have lost a third of this community after October 7th because of my Israel takes. That motherfucker doesn't even have a third of that. So I don't know what we're talking about. Like, he would be excited to literally have the entire chunk of just my community that is left. So I don't know why he's like talking about falling off and falling on all the goddamn time. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. But I feel like they just have created this universe in their minds. Don't you also think this Hater Power Hour recurrent segment is also driving people away? Brother, there were people who reached out to me because they thought I was committing suicide. I think it's okay to fucking address that, Comrade Liho, especially because you are literally one of those dipshits that I'm fucking talking about. You are the exact type of dipshit that I'm talking about, as a matter of fact. Holy fucking shit, you are the guy that I say I want to kill myself to on Discord, and then people clip it out of context because you're like, get back to the news, monkey man. Like, you are literally the issue. Stop trying to fucking debate me. This is what I'm saying. You don't have to fucking debate everything. You don't have to debate everything. You're like, your lowest views is the highest ever. Fuck that dirty asshole. Yeah. Yeah, it's a multitude of different things. Most boring election cycle of all time. People genuinely hating like the Israel-Palestine takes or the coverage in general. But who gives a shit? I never did the monkey man. It does turn me off though. I know. Anyway. All right. Longest election cycle, Trump been running for 4 years law. To be honest, your feelings make a lot of sense. You deal with a very gaslighty group of people. Yeah, my point wasn't even about like Mr. Bonnaroo or anything like that. My point more so is that like on Twitter, someone could be like, Hassan is having a bad day today. And people want to believe that, so they just like upvote it. They like it. And they go, yeah, he is. And I don't even know it is not the truth. And I don't even know that that is what's going on. And then I wake up to like people being like, dude, I heard you're having a really bad time. And it's like, what? No, I'm not. I'm having a really good time because I'm not fucking online. But when you're not online, I think when you're not online, people just like think that you're dead, or they can just like make shit up about you. And there's a shit ton of people who are looking into believing that. And I don't know how to defend myself that I'm like actually having a good time. It's such a weird thing to do. And it's so strange. And people would, I think people would just rather believe the lies than know what the truth is. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't realize how often you get in drama, not even by your own violations, and then you discover you were in a drama, then you actually get in a shitty mood because of it. Yeah, but I didn't even realize like Tim Pool is like doing fucking videos about how I'm spiraling or whatever. Like, that's crazy. That's a crazy fucking situation. Like, it's literally a Discord It is straight up a fucking Discord rant clipped out of context that has made people make videos about how I'm like losing it or some shit.
Who do you think is the most evil member?
I kind of want to see it now. All the worst people eating, but there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? There's like, where is it? It's such a funny thing to get Hassan Piker viewers.
We have this tweet.
Bro has a 5-person panel for this. Dude. Okay, this is kind of awesome. Dude, come on, bro. They're doing like analysis with 5 people. Hassan Piker viewership dropping off a cliff, down 40% in 1 month. This is not true. I think for the amount of people who try to debate you have a 2% debate rate or lower, they have like graphs and shit. I would love to fall off the way you do, Azan Lamau. Yeah, this is crazy that they're doing like, why is this commentary? For a socialist, Hassan Piker sure loves money. I'm shocked that he even had an audience to begin with. Nothing he says makes sense. His 12-year-old fans turned 13 and realized being a weetard isn't cool anymore. Bro, you wrote weetard. What? Like, you should be euthanized. What is happening? Like, just fucking write it with the R at that point. Like, what is this? Is this 2008? What the fuck? That's so stupid. You literally medically are in need of a lobotomy, like immediately. Okay. I think the fact that you had a great day yesterday without hearing about all this nonsense supports the point that your hater power hour comment. In my opinion, the best way to deal with haters online or offline is that don't give them the space. The best revenge is living well. Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're trying to do, dude. There's nothing funnier than people being like, hey, this guy who has 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 $5 a month paying subscribers is actually doing really poorly. He's also a fake socialist because he's so rich. None of this makes sense. So which one is it? Am I popping off and therefore fake socialist? Or am I fucking falling off and therefore real socialist? Which is it? Remember, none of this fucking makes sense. It doesn't. The sub count grab. Anyway. Yeah, Tim Pool dropped from 60K to 30 to 40K and they all defend Crowder. Exactly. Like everyone in the political sphere has like lost a big chunk of their audiences for sure because most people just don't care. Trust fund baby ain't got no spine. See, this is what I mean. You're just like randomly yelling at things that are not true. Like this is exactly what I mean. Like this 100 like none of this is correct. And it also doesn't even fit here. Like, bro, you do that all the time? What do you mean I do that all the time? What does that mean? I'm a trust fund baby that ain't got no spine all the time? Is that what you're saying? Like, none of this makes sense. At a certain point, a lot of people need to like, understand that you're just angrily reacting to things and it doesn't make sense. You give them the attention, they'll never stop. You ever analyze your fame increase even if you knew how to skateboard? This is true. Anyway, did you see Scumart's last post? Yeah, I did not see it because I did not have Twitter, but Alexa showed it to me. You just insulted a druid? I remember someone on Reddit saying your dad was a billionaire and he was 100% serious. Have Maya teach you how to kickflip. Anyway, the title is dumb too because I feel like most Gen Z lean left moral amount. Yeah, all right. What is this? It's never been more over for Anna Kasparian. Oh, what? There ain't no fucking way. Is this real? Oh no, bro. There's only one unifying factor here. There's no way that's real. No, this has got to be a fake tweet. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. These guys always make fake ass tweets about Elon Musk. It's starting to piss me off because like, it's just like Elon Musk is such a dumbass in and of itself that like, when I see stuff like that, it's just like, is he actually that much of a dumbass? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to Joe Lieberman. Let's finish off the Joe Lieberman shit. Like I said, a total piece of shit, a monster, Obama era rotating villain. He died after falling in his home, surrounded by his family. He spent his life warmongering and stopping Americans from having universal health care. Absolute piece of shit and a staple of the Democratic Party. Anyway, Hassan, you didn't know, but Anna really turned right. I know, she like unfollowed me and stuff, and I think doesn't like me anymore. 20K more viewers are looking like this. Bro, come on. Do you just hate all old people? No, just like evil old people. I think you misunderstand. Oh yeah, keep fucking doing that. Like, Joe Lieberman is just like an evil piece of shit. He's a uniquely bad guy. Don't make fun of him. It's grown a lot under that hat since 2017. I think you just hate old people. Bro, what do you mean? I'm an old person. My entire community is old. Also, you know who actually hates old people? Joe Lieberman. Because guess what, dude? He worked tirelessly to deny them health care. Hello? What are we talking about? Let me tell you who actually fucking despises old people. A guy who worked tirelessly to ensure that they don't get the most comprehensive health coverage. Like, what the fuck? Who do you think hates old people more? Anyway, I can understand why you think I just have like a natural anti-old person position though, because like a lot of people that do live to be old and get fame are kind of evil under capitalism. So you do basically see me shit on old people that recently died all the time, because a lot of those guys who get like positive media coverage are unfortunately getting positive media coverage because they're fucking evil. That's it. Maybe I should do like a power hour of like the good old people that pass away. You know what I mean? My dad was a Democratic superdelegate for years. None of what Hasanabi is saying is out of pocket. Joe Lieberman was a piece of shit. Yeah, it's funny because like old school Democrats kind of despise him too. Like Democrats that have been around and are like partisan party loyalists also fucking hate him because of what he has done. It's like, imagine all the anger and resentment you feel towards Kirsten Sinema. That's Joe Lieberman. Maggie Hassan, Kirsten Sinema, Joe Manchin. These are all the Joe Liebermans of today. Joe Lieberman is the Kirsten Sinema of yesteryear. That's it. So like a lot of the party loyalists also hate him for understandable reasons because he fucking sucks. Anyway, Crypto King Sam Bankman-Fried, jail for 25 years. I love this story because of the volatility of crypto, they are now launching a very funny defense, which is that maybe everyone that got fucked over by Sam Bankman-Fried can actually get their money back, which is really cool. Yeah, Sam Brokman-Fraud, jail for 25 years. Let's take a look.
Welcome to Verified Live. Let's start with
Verified Live. All right, I got to piss.
New York, where in the last few minutes, Sam Bankman-Fried has been sentenced to 25 years for what's been called one of the biggest financial crimes in U.S. history. These are the live pictures from outside of the court. The 32-year-old founded the cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which made him a billionaire before it collapsed in spectacular fashion. He's just been found guilty of fraud and money laundering, or sentenced for fraud and money laundering. And these, the pictures from the court. We will get reaction as the various parties emerge from that courthouse. But let's get straight to New York, and our business correspondent, Erin Delmore. She is outside the courthouse, was inside for that moment of sentencing, and described what that was like.
Matthew, it was very impactful. Everybody in the room was on tenterhooks, just waiting to see what decision the judge would hand down. And it came after a lengthy preamble by Judge Lewis Kaplan here in this New York courthouse, talking about Sam Bankman-Fried's actions and his behaviors, pointing not only to the crimes that a jury decided Sam Bankman-Fried had committed during the trial, which ended 5 months ago, but also talking about Mr. Bankman-Fried's demeanor, his likelihood of recommitting crimes if he were released early or with a smaller prison sentence, and talking about his lack of contrition, showing that while Bankman-Fried would say something like mistakes were made, he wouldn't take responsibility, and the judge said that that continued up until this day.
And in terms of what is likely to happen, is there any sort of indication from his defense team of any sort of appeal?
Oh my God.
Well, what we know.
This is a really funny. I feel like I'm cooked here. 25 is a bit much, isn't it? No, it's not a bit much. What the fuck do you mean? What are we talking about? Bro, this dude is like a massive, massive criminal. What are we talking about? Like, we're talking billions of dollars, man. This is exactly the fucking type of crime that we should get more punishments out of. Like, I think it's fine in general. I will say this much. I don't think anybody fucking deserves 25 years. I mean it. Like, seriously. I don't think anybody deserves it. That's like super, super, super bad. And the reason why Sam Bankman-Fried is getting it is because he fucked over rich people, not because he fucked over poor people. That's one. Number two, if we are comparing his crimes and his punishment to like the normal modus operandi of the American criminal justice system, then he's getting off scot-free. Okay? Does that make sense? Like, when I say, dude, 25 years is nothing, I don't mean that like from a broader moral framework that I'm operating off of, in which case I don't think, I don't think there are a lot of crimes that justify 25 plus years in an American prison, right? Like, you have to be a real bad guy, in my opinion. Like you're decapitating babies and eating them or some shit because of how the gruesome conditions of American prison, right? However, if we're looking at like the way that, the American criminal justice system like treats like routine offenders of like, drug abusers or those who sell drugs or, even are caught with cannabis under the 3 strikes law and whatnot, like, when I say 25 years is fucking nothing, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm saying that like 25 years in that same criminal justice system that like has people locked up permanently for being black and having weed on them is insane. Because this guy like stole billions of dollars with a B. He stole billions of dollars with a B. He was a massive scammer. And the only reason why he got punishments for it is because he didn't just steal from the rich. He stole from, he didn't just steal from the poor. He stole from the rich as well. That's the only thing that will land you in trouble in this country in general.
Know right now is that a sentence of 25 years has been handed down by the judge, including some years of supervisory release, 3 to be sure. And part of what the judge said amounted to that sentence was losses, he said, that totaled more than $11 billion. This is how he calculated his decision. Now, as you know, Matthew, the defense have been asking for far less, just 5 to 6 years. And so we are waiting to see what action they will take further. But for today, that is the number handed down by Judge Lewis Kaplan.
Erin, just remind our viewers, because we are talking about billions of dollars, take us through what this man actually did in terms of the fraud, the money laundering.
Yeah, speaking of which, yet another incredible prediction from the man famous for incredible predictions, of course, and being like a big brain genius that everybody loves. Elon Musk, remember, said in 2022, SBF was a major Dem donor, so no investigation. Now, of course, will Elon Musk ever get yelled at or laughed at for having the wrong opinion on every fucking take? Of course not. Of course not. Just like when he said COVID would be done by April, but didn't say which April, I guess, technically. So, you know, just more fun stuff from Elon. Our boy Elon doing the damn thing over and over again. By the way, Lewis Kaplan was also the judge who presided over the E. Jean Carroll trial.
Sam Bankman-Fried was crypto's golden boy. He was the founder of the FTX cryptocurrency exchange, where customers could come trade their dollars and their pounds for cryptocurrency. And he assured those customers, as his FTX crypto exchange was collapsing, that their money was safe. But when customers went to withdraw their funds in November 2022, the funds were not there. And a jury found that money...
Bro, he has so many monitors. How could this guy be a fraud? I don't understand. He looks like he's got the good kind of autism. He is like fried. Look at his fucking hair. He's like a guy who's a numbers cruncher. You know what I mean? Like, I trust this guy. What is going on? You know what I mean? And then you find out he plays League and you're like, oh, dude, put him in jail permanently. Put him under the jail. Okay? That should have been your first inclination, that like, oh no, he doesn't have the good kind of autism. He's a bad kind. Okay? Very bad kind. It's called playing League. Will plays League? Exactly. Will calls League of Legends depression. Like, he will literally be like, yo, you want to play depression? And he still does it. He fucking still does it. Why is League of Legends still legal? Dude, my manager, who I love, David, okay, sat there before dinner and got a fucking League game out. I'm telling you guys, this is not normal. I can't steer them from this path. They just sat there, him and chat, and fucking played League before dinner. They were like, oh, we should like queue up one fucking game before we leave. Just banged one out. And they were so excited because they won. And they were like, oh man, what a fun thing that we did. Just one out, just banging a League game out. Quick dub, feel great. It's basically self-harm. And we just sit there and we watch our friends and our loved ones basically cutting. Okay? And we just go, no, that's normal. How could we as a society allow this to happen? How? It's like fucking literally watching someone just like roll, just find a fucking vein right in front of you, okay? And just like, boom, slam a little bit of fucking opiates directly in front of you. And you're like, that's fine. Okay.
Money had been moved to a hedge fund, an investment fund called Alameda Research, and that Sam Bankman-Fried used that money to enrich himself in his inner circle.
What is going on with this
animation? Charitable
animation?
contributions to buy luxury real estate. And so when customers went to pull their money out, it wasn't there.
Erin, for now, thanks very much. That is our correspondent there at the courthouse. If there's more reaction in New York, we will return there. But let's bring in our cyber correspondent, Joe Tidy, who was the last person to actually interview Bankman-Fried before he was arrested in December 2022. Let's start there, Joe, because when you did that interview back then, what was he like?
Well, he was the same as he's been throughout this trial. He was saying sorry, and he was saying all the right things in terms of showing remorse, but never admitting to any deliberate criminal guilt. He said, I made some terrible business mistakes, none of it was deliberate, and I asked him, well, it's either incompetence or fraudulence, which one was it? And he leaned towards incompetence without actually saying that. And that's the kind of defence that he and his team have portrayed all throughout this trial, the idea that he was a maths geek who was just completely out of his depth, didn't know what he was doing, really bad records.
That course schedule was fucked up, but like, it's kind of worth going to prison for 25 years. If someone is drawing you like a fucking Giga Chad like that, you know, it's got to make it feel a little bit better. I'm just saying. The 25 years because of the League, not because of the fraud. Yeah, he'll go to a white collar prison. I know. I know, but it still doesn't matter. Like 25 years of being fucking locked up is devastating. You know what I mean?
Bad auditing.
Unless
Didn't really.
Unless 25 years being locked up is devastating unless you get a fucking banger court sketch out of it. In which case it's like not as devastating and kind of chill actually. Like they make you objectively hotter. The courtroom artist makes you objectively hotter. You're like, it doesn't feel as bad now, you know? I'll take the little victories.
Keep a record of where the money was and where it was going. That was the claim. But throughout the case, we heard from a queue of different people who worked for him at FTX or Alameda, including his ex-girlfriend, in fact, saying that he did know what he was doing. It was all deliberate. He knew exactly what he was doing with people's money, and that he had a wish to become rich and powerful, in spite of what he was portraying to the public as being a shabby person not really interested in personal wealth and more interested in giving to charity.
Authorities in the U.S. city.
Hold on, let's do more of the SBF shit. This was SBF's game plan for how not to go to jail from the released court documents. It's crazy reading it. Notes from Sam Bankman-Fried. These are all random and probably bad ideas that aren't vetted confidential. Filed the doc with problems about Chapter 11 process. Newer draft here. Go with the lawyers were in a shitty situation. I feel really bad about that. Wait, this is a joke, right? Wait, oh no, it is actually a document from US v. Sam Bankman-Fried 2023. I love that, like, okay, listen. I love the strategy that they applied. Okay, this is basically a summarization of it, but like, I'll give you the high notes. Okay, some of the high notes are use the effective altruism to be like, he gives a lot of money back. Bitch, it's not his money. He stole the money. What do you mean he gives a lot of the money back? It's not like his lawyers tried to do the, well, he gives a lot of the money back and he was planning to give all of it back. And it's like, bro, what do you mean? What is this, Robin Hood? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, that's number one. Number two, well, technically, crypto bounced back a lot. So we might have a way to pay everyone back after they get fucked over by FTX. So that's the other thing that they're going for. And the last but not least, Your Honor, my client is a neurodivergent minor defense, which is my favorite. Law tip. Fraud is a criminal charge that also requires the mens rea, criminal intent, state of mind to defraud. SBF was found guilty of fraud and therefore was also found to have intended to defraud those who he committed the fraud against. SBF can chat all he wants about not intending to do so, but a jury found that he intended to defraud because he did. He did intend to defraud. Now, let's hear what these banger fucking ideas that this guy had. File the doc with problems about Chapter 11. Go with the lawyers were in a shitty situation, and I feel really bad about that. And like most people do, they've reacted poorly to difficult circumstances narrative. Go on Tucker Carlson. Come out as a Republican. Pure vindication. What do I always say? What do I always say? This is the exit ramp for everyone. This is the most consistent exit ramp for all of these fucking dickheads, okay? It literally doesn't... You can be as stupid as Sam Bankman-Fried, and you still are smart enough to read the room and recognize that, guess what? Republicans are stupid, okay? They're dumb as fuck. They have monkey brain, so literally they will go, oh, this guy's one of us now. He's going against woke culture. It's awesome. And it works. It always fucking works. It always works, baby. He should have basically put number 4, shit on socialist but rich Twitch streamer Hasanabi Piker. Okay? It always comes with a Tucker Carlson side, too. It's so great. Bro, he said send out a Twitter poll. You know he expected Elon to bag his ass up too? Classic bot laner. Go on Tucker Carlson, come out as a Republican. While public contributions show one thing, you see another thing, including super PACs. Yeah, he's like saying come out against the woke agenda. Talk about how the cartel of lawyers is destroying value and throwing entrepreneurs under the bus in order to cover up the incompetence of lawyers. Leak out this document to press. Fulcrum lawyers and Chapter 11 are broken. Focus almost exclusively on the fact that we could have given value back to the customers and the Chapter 11 team is destroying it. Try to get people to support the true narratives. come out as pro crypto, pro freedom. Focus on the fact that Chapter 11 team has no idea how to run FTX, is colonial, run by a cartel of lawyers. Come out as extremely pro crypto, pro freedom. Come out with a strong anti-Binance message. Go strong with a message of I have funding ready to make customers whole. If only the Chapter 11 team would care about customers. It's so sick. It's so sick. Number 18, send out a Twitter poll asking people what to do. Oh, I love this, bro. It's beautiful. Look at the mind. Look at this beautiful mind, dude. Yet another indication, yet another glaring, obvious example that these guys are so fucking stupid. And it is so easy. It is so easy to make, it is so easy to like get gullible fools on board. Your Honor, League of Legends death penalty. Did you stock up on grog? Pubs are shut. Wait, what do you mean? You think they'll have to wean him off League in jail so he doesn't die? Like give him a few ARAMs a couple weeks? Unsurprisingly, his whole altruistic thing was an act, and of course he wanted to rally up the anti-woke crowd. Yeah. He means that there's no alcohol sales over Easter. It'll be fine. Grog is Max and Chaz drink. Yeah. So I've been hanging out with the Cold One boys, and it's really funny seeing their like original assessment of me from like Twitter clips that they've seen basically. And like them thinking I'm some like super woke joy killer woke scold that is going to constantly do this to them. Like, no. You know what I mean? And then being absolutely shocked at like absolutely being shocked at the things that I was saying. Like it is pretty funny that they like, it's always funny when they see people who are like, wait, this guy isn't just like a super serious, super woke guy who's like always fucking angry. Anyway, when is it coming out? So I don't even know if we'll be able to end up shooting the Cold Ones one because unfortunately, I came during Easter. I came during Easter. We haven't shot it yet. And it's like they have a lot of people that, yeah, I came during Easter like Jesus. And they have a lot of people that are, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I didn't realize that there are people who like actually care about Easter, because this is one of those things where it's like, I didn't grow up in America and I'm Muslim, so I didn't know that like Easter was a thing that people do stuff with the family over. Yeah, apparently it's like a big holiday. Yeah, it's not about Easter, it's about a chance to get with family and drink. Yeah, exactly. Easter is a big Prody holiday. Nobody really cares about Easter. It's just an excuse to give kids candy. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But I'm working on putting together a pod with Laserbeam and iDubbbz. And then if I don't do the Cold Ones, I want to get Chad and Max on, and we drink on the Fear and podcast on their set potentially. Just boozing. So we'll see. I start a big fight every Easter with my family. It's kind of tradition. I usually start with, so you think this asshole was really dead for 3 days? Or just had a shallow heartbeat? Okay, dude. Well, I mean, I'm not like gonna fucking do that. Anyway, ask Max to open a One Piece trading cards. There's been a cool Zoro card in the new set. Have you been evil maxing? What is evil maxing? What the fuck is evil maxing? I think it's lame as fuck that people put out like this Risen shit before Sunday. Like, spoiler alert. Okay. I called Fraud's doctor and had his autism diagnosis revoked. It's in that tweet on screen. Wait, what? Hassan Piker viewership dropping off a cliff, down 40% in the month. I used to like him when he was a standard Bernie guy, but then he decided to go full tanky. He laughed about China invading Taiwan, defended October 7 massacre. He's been evil maxing.
From Drew Pavlau. I'm not super familiar with who this individual is, but this tweet is going is being passed around. Hassan Piker, for those that aren't familiar, he was the most prominent leftist streamer on Twitch.
What do you mean was? Bitch, who is that? Like, my man said was. Okay, who is then? What's going on here?
He is, how does he describe? Is he a socialist? Is that how he describes himself?
I mean, he's a himbo socialist, yeah.
Himbo socialist, is that what he says?
Well, no, he doesn't say that. That's me mocking him.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I do say that. What is this guy? Who is this guy? Why is this divorced dad saying, I don't say that? He's mocking me. I do say that. I actually do say that all the time. Okay, these guys are like, I assume they're like secret admirers, right? Is that what's going on? Bro is a fan? Okay.
He's allegedly a socialist. He says that he is culturally not American. He rejects essentially everything that there is about America. So,
what? Oh, that's not true. I love America. What the fuck are they saying? Bro, I'm literally an Ameriboo. How is he saying the exact opposite things? It's like, okay. I just got to say something here. One, it's like funny because he has to be a fan because he's basically saying all of the right things, but then in reverse. So if he wasn't a fan, he wouldn't know these things, right? Like, one, I'm an Ameriboo, okay? I'm an Ameriboo. I say I'm an American all the fucking time, and I love American culture, literally why I sound and look and know all the fucking things about American culture. And I also do say I'm a himbo socialist. What the fuck?
According to this tweet, his viewership is down 40% in 1 month, from averaging 49,000 viewers to 27,438. And I think the issue here.
Wait, what is happening? What is this? I don't know what these numbers are, but I don't really understand what these numbers are actually from. But like, I don't have 27,000 live viewers right now. I'm pretty sure this is sub count. Oh, wait, they're so dumb. I don't have oh no, they think, oh no, these guys are talking about my sub count, which has stayed consistent the entire time. I currently have 47,000 subs because like I didn't go live for 2 days. So usually it doesn't recycle. That's it. The numbers are like that because it went down from a month where you had more also. I saw these posts of yours on Twitter and I was worried. Anyway, let's keep going.
Is that, wow, undefined from 30,000 to 9,000. That's more than 40%. I think what's happening is younger people are realizing that this leftist.
Yeah, bro, what are they talking about? Like my sub count has been the same, like pretty much nonstop for the past like 3 years almost. It's had like massive peaks in between, but usually it's like, that's so weird. They're trying to pocket watch, but they're not even doing it correct. You can see the graph here. You are literally exactly the same for the last 6 months. Yeah. Like my viewership has gone up and down, and I definitely like lost. I would say I definitely lost like, if I was like 10K average, usually I did go down to like 20K average now. And that part is true. And that happened post October 7 for sure. But it's like pretty funny that they're talking about like my sub count. And my sub count has not gone down. It's just like it's around 50K nonstop. Dude, they did such bad math here while they were covering this that I literally had a hard time. I have to investigate how they fucked this up so bad. Like, this is hilarious. This is one of those things that's like pretty fucking easy to do math on. You know what I mean? You just look at the numbers and you go, okay, here's where he's like, here's where he's at a drop off. Here's where he hasn't. And they did such a bad job with this information that like I had a hard time trying to investigate what their investigation was done on. These people are sub till the date they took the numbers. If you took them in the middle of the month, half these people didn't renew it. Yeah, I don't really understand why they. I mean, they will never be punished for it, but yeah, obviously, like my drop off has been severe, as you guys know. I'm dead. I'm dying. I think that I don't think that I have ever not been in the top 5 for overall subs on the platform in general, which is of course a major drop off, as you guys know. Pretty dead. They assume sub count must be lower than average viewership because that's how it fucking works for most people. They don't realize you buck the trend and have more subs than average viewers. Yeah. I don't think they understand that I have an older audience that I have an older audience that always is filtering in and out with disposable income, and therefore don't have all the time to watch, but they still support and they come in and they watch and they resubscribe, that kind of thing. I think that's just what it is. But still, check this. They are so stupid. Be aware that the data for current month will always be incomplete until the next month begins. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what happened. They accidentally, or maybe not on accident, but they basically put an incomplete month in their numbers and said oh, he's fallen off of a cliff or something. But it's super easy to check. I'm so confused. Anyway, there's never been a moment in my life where I feel like my haters don't fucking clip me out of context consistently.
This grift is just that. It's a grift. Here's a guy who, and so
I do love Tim Pool saying I'm a grifter when he grifts as a guy with hair. That's his overarching position every day when you see him. He's literally grifting as a dude who actually has a full set of hair when everybody knows that he's not. You know what I mean? Everybody knows. As Asmongold said, if Hassan is such a bad guy, why do you have to make stuff up about him? I know. It's so weird. Also, love to be... I mean, listen, if Tim Pool is calling you a grifter, then you must be, because he is the king at grifting.
To get to the gist of it, because I know it may be a bit esoteric to people who don't pay attention to the sphere of politics, but this guy's massively he was massively influential among young people. And now he's seeming to fall off. At the same time, we're seeing numerous polls that Gen Z is shifting right. Gen Z no longer...
What is happening? Bro. This is news to me, dude. He's like, no, dude, he's dead. He's dying. He's in the ditch. Let me tell you guys, I promise he's fucking falling off pretty hard, okay? It's just... nobody's watching him. Absolutely nobody.
Support same-sex marriage at the same levels as millennials. It's now lower than that of boomers. And I think 65% said they thought Trump would do more to fix this country if elected. These are shocking poll results we're seeing. At the same time, one of the most prominent streamers to a young leftist audience is dropping in viewership. It all starts to correlate. I think young people, as I mentioned,
he's not wrong about one aspect of this. I don't think Gen Z is more right-wing than before. I just think that Gen Z is more invested in TikTok, and I don't have a massive TikTok presence. I mean, I'm still one of the largest leftist commentators out there, obviously. But overall, I think there are just less people super invested in the everyday minutia of politics, especially amongst Gen Z. I've talked about this quite a bit. I think that a big chunk of it comes from the fact that they saw during the COVID lockdowns, they saw that political action doesn't amount to anything for them. No tangible results whatsoever, right? Where they literally saw the criminal justice system execute a black man, George Floyd. They took it to the fucking streets, and then after months and months of protest, basically nothing came of that. And I think that had a really damaging impact in the way that they understand the world, in the way that they analyze politics and political action in general, which is understandable. You are going to shut people out from engaging in politics when, you show them that their demonstrations don't matter, that their words don't matter, that their feelings don't matter at all, their actions don't matter at all. And then beyond that, it's just, you know, we got back to business as usual politics, which was, again, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. And sorry, nobody likes a rerun, you know? Nobody likes a fucking really shitty, a really shitty fucking rerun episode. And that's what American politics feels like to a lot of people right now. So they're just not invested. That's it. That's why there's a noticeable decline in every mainstream media outlet. There's a noticeable decline in almost every single social media news content creator in general. It is what it is. But I think those are the major reasons. Numbers are down industry-wide. Tim Pool's numbers are pretty much down industry-wide as well. Yeah. And also, if we're talking about decline, Tim Pool's homie, Steven Crowder, holy shit, like, there has been major noticeable declines in every part of the political world, even on the right wing. There is a swing in the pendulum towards the right because Joe Biden is obviously the president. And when Joe Biden is the president, you, of course, are going to have, like more right wing sentiment in the culture wars and whatnot. But that doesn't mean that like Gen Z is actually like aggressively becoming right wing or anything like that. But I do think that there's a lot of staying power. Ironic for these guys because you had 50K viewers during the State of the Union. That's more than every right wing streamer who was streaming the exact thing you were at the time. Yeah. Who are you inviting to a 5-panel person discuss Tim Pool's numbers? Well, I'm not a freak, which is why I'm not doing that. You know, instead, I'm doing important things like serving the top of the hour ad break and telling you that if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free, which, of course, you know, the reality is I've fallen off. I have no more subs. Please support your small streamers, as in me, your fallen off streamers, me, Hasanabi Piker, especially at the top of the hour. Talk about a decline. Is that Gavin McGinnis in the bottom left? Oh my God, no, it isn't. It's the wall guy. That's so sick. He got like some of the greats, some of the goats, dude.
In the previous segment, are waking
Thank
up.
you, MP Sharky, for the 5 gifted subs, allowing me to, stopping my demise, stopping my fall off. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, by the way. He's the guy who dresses up as the Trump's wall. Bro, quit talking about this. No one cares. Honestly, I think this is good content. Like, I think this is like a funny thing. It's the best way to address this because it's obviously someone who is diametrically opposed to my worldview and they're doing an embarrassing fucking job at like covering it. And I'm having a good time covering it, especially because you have like 5 divorced dads sitting together, including fucking a dude that is known for dressing up as Trump's wall, talking about how my fucking numbers are, talking about how my numbers have diminished and I'm dying and irrelevant. I'm sorry, but this excites me a little bit. This is awesome. It's so much better than like having dipshits like Mr. Bonarelli and Bonnaroo talking about this shit. Because like the reality is a lot of people are not smart enough to recognize when someone is actually just a reactionary right-winger, especially if they say they are progressive. Mr. Bonnaroo is one of those people that can mask themselves as a progressive and talk about me from the progressive point of view, even though he's progressively defending genocide, progressively defending the idea that like white supremacy should mow down Black Lives Matter protesters, progressively shitting on trans people, you know, doing all of that under the auspices of progressivism, right? And a lot of people are silly and they don't get it. But most people understand that Tim Pool is a right-winger who's a grifter who says that they're a liberal. So Tim Pool is basically, in many respects, very similar to Mr. Bonarcelli, except Mr. Bonarcelli does a better job of like hiding his more reactionary sentiment, I guess, or basically claiming that they are legitimately progressive.
Up to, yes, you're being screwed over by powerful uniparty and corporate elites. No, communism and socialism are not the answer. But I can give you an example of why Hassan perfectly exemplifies the grift that is the left. When I made a video agreeing with him about something, he had criticized Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast was curing cataract blindness.
I remember that.
And Hassan said, why are we praising this? It's a simple procedure, and yet we're relying on an entertainment TV show to help people with their vision. And I
He's
said,
mad that I didn't fucking get excited that he agreed with me. What the fuck? He didn't even criticize me. He agreed with me on it.
I completely agree. It's an absurdity that as a culture, we've turned healthcare into a TV show to make it function. He ends up responding by insulting me because I was critical of funding the war in Ukraine. So here's a guy who simultaneously says the military-industrial complex is bad, we shouldn't fund wars, and we should be funding Ukraine and supporting Ukraine. We can't leave them hanging. Because
Wait, what? Dude, I love my politics are an enigma to everyone. Okay? What is it? Am I pushing Z and I love Vladimir Putin and I want him to wipe out Ukraine? Or am I like fucking saying like we have to give all of our money to Ukraine? Please keep giving more of the money to Ukraine. What is happening? Which one is it? It's all of it at the same time, depending on who the audience is and what they want to hear. Like on the right-wing circles, they're like, Hassan wants to fund Ukraine so much. In liberal circles, I literally want Ukraine to be wiped out. And it's just like, no one, I don't think, like, I think people watch both of these videos and go, yeah, it's both actually. He's both at the same time. I fucking hate him, so it's good. Not realizing that like a lot of that hatred just comes from watching videos like this where these people are talking about my opinions and just making it up as they go along.
it appears he's saying whatever he thinks individually will attract the most viewership. That will work for a young person who is very naive and only for so long until they eventually realize, how can you both simultaneously say funding war is bad, funding Ukraine is good? That's contradictory.
It's a difficult.
Oh, dude, this guy. I can't wait. This guy's going to have some good ass takes, bro. I'm so excited. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I'm such a fucking dumbass nerd, but like, oh my God. I mean, I really need to know what this guy is going to say, dude. They're like, hey, guys, this Hassan guy is irrelevant. Also, here's a 5-person panel discussing for 20 minutes why he's actually irrelevant, okay? He's fallen off, which is why we made this YouTube video about how much he's fallen off.
Difficult act to straddle the fence all the time. I mean, the Krasensteins do it to great effect, but you can only go with the wind so many times before you lose.
Okay, this guy has no idea who I am. Like, okay, I just realized he compared me to the fucking Krasensteins, bro. This guy is such a fucking Twitter boomer. Yo. He has no idea. He's just like, I don't know what the fuck this guy is. I'm just going off what you just told me. Also, yeah, I can't wait to see what the wall guy has to say about like the guy wearing the Trump's MAGA wall suit. What is he going to say about what the children want to hear? Bro, you look like you are not allowed to be around children by a court mandate. What the fuck do you mean? He literally looks like he is not allowed to be within a mile of a school, okay? And he's over here being like, this is what the kids want to hear. Let me tell you.
Whoever it is that's following you, because maybe that's what's going on. I mean, he changes
awesome.
his shift. He shifts his thing and it drops 40% in a month. That's cratering.
It's worse. And so I want to address this next one sensitively, but also stress, I don't have confirmation on these posts. They're going viral. Many different accounts are sharing this post that allege to be from Hassan in his Discord server. Camelcast official says Hassan Piker is melting down because only 13,000 people watched him on a recent stream. According to this image, which purports to be from his Discord, he said, I'm so sad I think the streams are bangers, but people just don't see them. We used to be a community. I hate what my community is becoming. I swear Twitch streaming isn't about the actual content. It's about whether people want to pay attention to you or not and clout. All that ish was a banger and 13K watched, like I'm effing gaming at 8 p.m. I'm done. I hate this job. I'm not streaming today. I'm going to... He then threatened self-harm. So I certainly hope that's not true and he's not actually threatening self-harm. I hope he's okay. But man, there's a couple things to address here. I think that...
Bro, oh no. Oh no, dude, they clip chipped my Discord, dude. Oh, dude, I was pissing. I had the fucking rum bag in here. Bro, he said he threatened self-harm. I really hope he's not actually going to kill himself. Dude, here's what's really funny about this. and I talked about this already, but like I'll probably make a YouTube video about this, so I'll repeat it one more time. This was a conversation that I was having with my community in my Discord about how annoying they are about politics, about how they never want to have fun, and how they get like genuinely upset when I'm not sitting like I am now and talking about politics. Okay? And that part of the conversation, of course, was not mentioned in the Discord clips that were clipped out of context, where I was talking about how like my community has become this normie repellent, right? Where like normies come in and they're like, oh yeah, I like this Hassan guy. Like, what's happening here? And then they yell at every fucking normie where they're like, you like this Hassan guy? Well, he's not doing politics right now, so fuck you. And they have this approach where they think like anything and everything that is not like immediate political revolution is basically counter-revolutionary, reactionary, bourgeois decadence, right? And your community fucks up the vibe so much. Exactly. Which is something that a lot of people, I think, would agree with. There is this idea that we are like very annoying, no fun having ass losers from the outside world. And for some, you know, for good reason in many respects. And it's like something that I want to change again in my community, right? Because that's not what we're about. That's never what I've been about, right? Like we are pro fun in this community. And that's basically what I was talking about. But then they fucking literally like clipped my responses to other people and made it seem like I was just simply saying, I'm going to kill myself. My numbers are so bad. That's not what I was talking about at all. It was a broader conversation that I was having about like how annoyed I am with try hard content that isn't like immediately political, because like I'm doing all this stuff and I know it's like good content in general, but a lot of people in the community are not receptive to it unless I'm just like constantly fucking complaining about politics. And that's annoying. And it's ironic because all of these people that if they saw that and didn't realize that I was saying it would probably agree with that assessment. You know what I mean? For example, if a normie joined right now, they would get bored because you're talking about random Twitter drama and the average person not only hasn't heard of, but could not give less of a shit about. Yeah, except here's the thing, okay? You are also the annoying person who I'm talking about because secretly you want me to go back to covering the news, right? Like, that's it. That's what I get it from people they try to get into. They go, he's not talking about funny stuff. No, well, this is drama. And drama does actually bring in a lot of views, a lot of eyeballs. Drama does bring in a lot of eyeballs, so you're objectively incorrect about this. Yeah, the issue you're describing is probably why the Cold One boys had their preconceived assumptions about you. Exactly. Can you show it on screen? Because it's not clear in the Discord if you search that you were actually responding to anyone. Yeah, because I'm a fucking boomer and I'm not like directly replying. That's the problem. I'm replying to people without like directly replying to them in the Discord because I don't, use Discord like that. With the exception of the I'm going to kill myself, which was a direct reply to someone else. But they even clipped that out of context too. Like I was literally replying to a person. What is this? Nah, bro, letting yourself get clip chimped like this is normie repellent. Dude, you know this? I can't believe you set yourself up for this. You actually made it so normie repellent because they're all going to see these idiots pop off. Nah, bro, letting yourself get clip chimped like this is normie repellent. Okay. I think this is maximum levels of copium because like I'm literally addressing why it is wrong. And I'm literally addressing why it's wrong, right? Okay, I love you, but this sucks because now we have to fight these idiots. No, you're trying to fight me, dude. What are you talking about? I have like a bunch of fucking psychotic stalkers that literally clip everything I'm saying and then turn it into content and lie about like my situation mentally. What do you want me to do? While I'm in the process of like explaining my mental health and why it's not bad, and I was literally fucking living La Vida Loca, basically fucking offline, completely oblivious to this shit that was going on Twitter. And you're over here yelling at me. Objectively, this is bad for my mental health. I think everyone can understand that, right? Like, what do you mean? You can't come in here and be like, well, you got clip chimped. It's your fault. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Come on. And you're doing it not because you actually care about my well-being or whatever, or the well-being of this community, but the reason why you're doing this is because you want that interaction. Let's be real. You want that interaction between myself and you. Okay? That's it. And there are many other people who also want that. And now that they saw that I'm actually describing, now that they saw me replying to it, they're doing it too. You did this to yourself, bro. Chill. We love you. It's like, that's it. Like, now everyone is like trying to get that engagement by being like, no, this is your fault, actually. This is your fault. Anyway. The real issue is that you broke Rule 2 of the Discord server and threatened to self-harm. Please refrain from doing so in the future. Yeah. Yeah, I did not think that, like, my Discord venting, especially, like, talking to chatters about, like, community cleanup, which is something I engage in on a regular basis and I have in cycles over and over again over the course of the past couple of fucking years.
It's a tough business.
What I do?
Like, I did not realize that would be
unhappy with me right now.
I just think that what
people would like weaponize that in a really stupid way too, in like the dumbest way possible. That's like super easy to fucking immediately destroy that narrative. They're upset because it took a day for you to address. They can't handle you having a good meal and a nice nap. I was observing this from afar and said to myself, I'll wait till I know what Hasan has to say on this. And I think that's why I didn't end up in a spiral like some chatters. So what's really funny about this, like I was trying to explain before, people were like butting in and saying like it's actually my fault for not accounting for like having extremely online psychopathic cyber stalkers who will just like try to power farm as much impression as they possibly can by just lying about my situation. But yeah, I was doing what I always do, which is community cleanup, right? Like, I think as a content creator, it is my responsibility to ensure that like I set the vibe straight. If I feel like we are going down a weird path, like I'm gonna fucking address it. I'm gonna try to keep it $150 with everybody and be like, hey guys, you guys are being kind of weird, right? Like you're being kind of weird about like only doing politics. It's like boring, blah blah blah. You know, when you don't want to do anything that is when you only want to cover politics, like it gets really fucking annoying, and like normies don't like that. They want to watch like normal, cool IRL shit, whatever. And that's it. That was what the conversation was about. And I was like replying to some chatters that were saying some dumb shit, being like, I'm gonna kill myself as a joke, as always. So and then I tuned out. I went live after that rant, and then I flew to Melbourne. And then that night, I went out, had a wonderful dinner with Laserbeam and a bunch of the boys, linked up and met Chad and Max Mofo, and we drank until like 2, and I had a lot of sleep debt that basically caught up to me. I had slept for like 8 hours over the course of like 3 days, basically, before that. So I just fucking passed out. I woke up, I was ready to stream, and then I passed the fuck out again, right? And then I woke up, and it was way too late. I woke up at like 1 p.m. my time, so it was like 8 p.m. or something, or 8 or 9 p.m. in California. So I was like, all right, well, too late. We took an L on that day. We can't stream. But because I was offline, because I was fucking offline, this shit popped off because a bunch of psychos were like, oh, he's going to kill himself finally. and it's so weird because like I unironically, as a consequence of not being online and not having Twitter on my phone, was probably having the best time I've had in a long time. Hasan quit Twitter. He about to quit Discord next. I mean, I don't really use Discord that much, so it doesn't really matter. What is this? I'm new to watching Twitch, and you are the only streamer I watch. I enjoy you as a person and how your brain thinks and your POV on all things in life. I'm glad you are enjoying life both offline and online. Your values makes this place called Earth better. Aw, thank you, chatter. But yeah, it is a pretty, I think overall, it's a pretty funny story that is like very consistent. a story is very consistent is that like Twitter is not real. And it never was really real, but it was good for like journalists breaking news and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's extra not real. No matter what you fucking see on Twitter, if you see something on Twitter that seems off, it's probably off. It's probably not correct. And that's something you should probably remember. That's my point. There's nothing funnier. There's nothing funnier as an example of this reality than what we experienced, what I experienced, and what this community, I guess, thought was going on over the course of the past 24 hours. People thinking that like, oh, what the fuck? I keep hitting the shit. What is happening? Oh, God, I'm fucking this up. Hold on. People thinking that I'm like having a really bad time. People thinking that I'm like breaking down. People thinking that I have like a mental health episode or some shit. When I was literally eating delicious fucking hot pot and slamming fucking brewskis with the boys, having a great time. And also catching up on sleep. A succulent Chinese meal. So yeah. Just something to consider for everybody. I haven't had a VB long neck yet, but I'm very excited to inevitably slam back a VB long neck like a real fucking proper brogan. Were you catching up on sleep with the boys? No, that was by myself.
The important thing
let's
politically
continue.
is the shift away from the leftist grift. But I also want to highlight the social media depression that happens to people when their viewership declines and they have no mental fortitude. So I'll just say this to Hassan, who may end up seeing this. In November of 2020, we were getting over 100,000 concurrent viewers every night.
Wait,
From,
me
like,
too.
September.
Me too. Same, King. No worries. You know, me too. It doesn't feel great. I won't lie. Of course it doesn't feel great. But like, I'm doing fine. I had Ale Cooper's
we
Pale
were
Ale.
getting
It was really good.
over 120 million views per month for that period. Into the next year, it went down to maybe 50K. And then there was a period in 2022 where we were averaging around 29 or 30,000 per episode. Not once did I have a mental breakdown or threaten self-harm or go, oh no, what happened? You just do your show. You just do the work. Viewership fluctuates, but if you like what you do and you believe in what you do, this shouldn't be an issue, and you shouldn't threaten self-harm over it, because 13,000 people. He filled a stadium. Well, okay, he filled a decent size. I mean, what's 13,000?
Yeah, college basketball arena.
College basketball
That's
arena.
so kind that they're like being nice about my viewership. 13,000 is a great number for the record. I'm just annoyed that it's 20. The point wasn't even like I'm getting 13,000. The point is 20,000 people want politics, but they leave immediately when I'm doing something that's not like immediately about politics. That's it. And it's like annoying that people, it's annoying that my people are, my community is like now so politically focused and so politically inclined. That's it. That's the only point I was making. You were at 17K with constant disconnects. It wasn't 13K. That's the issue. You're actually irrational over this shit. Yeah, I'm also a bit of a drama queen too. So there's also that too.
Imagine being able to command that every night and being upset because you used to fill a stadium. This is what we see. I mean, tons of people are responding saying, I wish I could get 13K. And he's upset it's that low. This is how social media is destroyed.
It's crazy that like I can't say anything. If people fucking decide, I can't say anything. If people decide that it's bad, I was talking to fucking Chad about this, Cold Ones. He's like, I got so mad at your 9 to 5 take because you were the one who said it. And because you were the one who said it, nobody who would normally agree with it could agree with it because everyone was yelling about it. And I told him like, yeah, Jinxie said the exact same thing. He understood what I was saying and he said the exact same thing literally and no one yelled at him for it. And he's like, I know. Every fucking fraudulent ass YouTuber and streamer that fucking had a take about that to be like, oh, this is song guy, he's so out of touch, is a fraud for that reason. Because they absolutely knew what the fuck they were doing. They absolutely knew what the fuck I was saying. And then they wanted to come across like they were like, oh, I'm so different than these other guys. They are out of touch. They're out of touch. Instead of being like, yeah, I get what he's saying. It's bad faith that people were like fucking yelling. It's bad faith that people are yelling at this dude. Asmongold was the only dude who demonstrated the bravery to fucking have an honest take on it. Everybody fucking yelled at him. Okay? That's it.
Destroying people's brains. Not just
There is no do in Australia, I don't think. It's illegal because
in driving Hassan
sorry.
to this.
Yellow 5 is, I think, a banned substance here, unfortunately, because Australians are gay and fake. And they don't understand the phenomenal chemicals that are captured in delicious Mountain Dew. It's very frustrating. I do have to say, Australians, you are gay and fake. I will say it. I'm not afraid to say it. For not having the delicious chemical substances that you desperately fucking need. Oh, shit. Maurizio. He just sent me a text message. Oh, I got a notey. Sorry, I'm texting my brother too. Hasanabi updates on Twitter cause all this, by the way. Yeah, Hasanabi updates. Don't yell at him. You don't yell at them too much. They should probably exercise a little bit more caution when like posting stuff that I post on Discord. Like thinking about how it will get presented to a broader audience. I don't think they meant harm when they were doing it. They were just being a little silly Billy, okay? But yeah. So the driver was right. It is a nanny state. It is a fucking nanny state, dude. It is a nanny state. Australia is a fucking nanny state. Mates. Or nor. Australia is a nanny state. Why? No chemicals in the water. No fucking yellow 5. No yellow 5. The Mountain Dew is not proper. It's busted. Or nor. I'd like to fucking slam back a proper Mountain Dew, and I can't even fucking do it, mate. A proper Mountain Dew 0 with a fucking yellow 5. I want yellow 5. I want yellow 4, and I want yellow 6, mate. Red 40. I want it. I fucking need it.
Depressive state, but also the people who watch him, who are being, Hassan's clearly, let me put it this way. Let me make the distinction between what we do and what he does. When our viewership declines, we just kept doing the show. We kept having conversations. Why? The conversation is what matters. The people on the show is what matters. I didn't have a mental breakdown, cry, and say, why are we negative? I was like, well, elections come and go, and, whether or not the subject that you're talking about is the most prominent can come and go, and the algorithm comes and goes. I don't really care about whether it's 50,000 or 20,000.
He's right. That's why I quit streaming, because my numbers declined. I'm famously, 1, 13K Andy, 2, fell off and don't have any subscribers anymore, and 3, of course, stop streaming. Now, this is such a ridiculous fucking conversation to have because every part of it is wrong. Us in this community right now watching this video disproves pretty much everything he's saying. But will people go, oh my God, Tim Pool was so off base on this? Or will they just carry on with their lives going, yeah, no, I agree with him. Yeah, 4, I am not dead. The rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. But it doesn't matter. I stream every fucking day, dude. I stream every day, 7 days a week. I literally fucking streamed in Los Angeles, flew to Australia, streamed the next day from Australia. It is crazy that people think I'm done streaming or will stop. I'm a fucking psycho. I love streaming. I love my community. I love streaming. I'm addicted to it. I enjoy it greatly. It is so strange that people can just like make this shit up without even like thinking about it, not realizing that like my existence will disprove it almost instantaneously. This happens every couple of months. Drama perverts stir shit up, then you have to address it, and then people chirp at you for addressing it. I know, but like the address itself doesn't actually matter usually, because I think most people, I think the addressing it doesn't necessarily matter all that much, because I don't think people care about the truth. I think people just care about the vibes. And the vibes are that they kind of want this demise to occur. Charging. What the fuck? It's not charging. I have to figure out how to charge this. I hate that this neckbeard is talking down to you and trying to little bro you. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. I think it's funny.
I like hanging out every night with different people. I like talking about the news. I like arguing. You know, it is what it is. Hassan desperately wants that viewership number to go up. He's saying whatever he thinks he needs to say to get viewers. Young people are gargling.
Yeah, that's what it is. So by his own logic, doesn't that mean I should be a right-winger? Doesn't that basically demonstrate his situation? Because, like, he just said, the young people are right-wing now. Like, I don't get it. He literally said young people are right-wing, and that's why he's losing his audience, and he only cares about what the audience has to say, when in fact, like, the real reason why this community went from 30K stable live concurrent viewers to 20K is a multitude of different factors, but one of the major roles was October 7, was a lot of people who do love Israel. And, honestly, I think that there was a liberal Zionist position that I could have taken very easily, that I didn't. And because I didn't pander to, like, people's expectations and said what I truly believe, right? Ironic because, like, this is pure projection from Tim Pool. I got a little bit of a punishment out of that, but I've said it time and time again. Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck that people don't like what I have to say. I'm not going to stop saying it, even if I lose some viewership. It doesn't matter, because this is not why I do the things that I do. I do the things that I do because I want there to be a space for people who understand the world through this lens. But it's so funny that they, like, weirdly assume this position that I'm grifting, but then I'm also simultaneously grifting wrong. You know what I mean? I think you'd have the same complaint if you were streaming the 50K viewers and 25K left when you switch to gaming. Yeah, I have had that complaint. It's not about the absolute number of people who leave Remain. It's about the percentage of the community who become politics-only nerds. Yeah, no, that is exactly what it is. And I've talked about this a lot.
Refuse.
Like, do we, in his mind, we're living in, like, this socialist utopia. And that's why, that's why I'm pandering to, like, people who are desperately looking for socialism. No, my job is to take this unpopular concept that has been historically unpopular in America due to centuries of Red Scare propaganda, and make it more palatable. That's why a lot of fucking leftists hate me too, because they think I'm, like, stupid and don't care about the real theory and the boring shit, because they don't realize they have no capacity to understand what the normal people want. Normal people don't want to fucking hear dense theory. Okay? They want it to be palatable. They want it to be fun. And, this kind of drama coverage is also kind of fun for a lot of people who only care about drama, which is why I'm covering it, but because I'm also enjoying watching Tim Pool be just so wrong about everything. But do you feel bad about promoting the clot shot now? No. My man. Dude, I love anti-vaxxers. I swear to God. You guys are awesome, dude. Yeah, the clot shot. I don't feel bad about it. I love it. It made me gay and autistic. More gay and more autistic.
I'm happy to see, though, with this decline, they're waking up to it. I just hope Hassan can make it through.
I want to point out that Hassan's luck took a turn for the worse as soon as he decided to call me names. So I'm going to take
Who is this person?
Yeah, I'm going to take credit.
I do not know who this man is. What is he saying? I've called him name. Who is this guy? What is my boy saying, dog? What the fuck? Who is this person? What is happening? What, like, I feel like this is like discount. This is like discount right-wing Andrew Huberman. Like, what the fuck's happening here? He's just a divorced dad, it seems. He called me names. What did I say? Dude, there are so many fucking beefs I have with people that I do not know they exist. It's awesome. I am the king of one-sided beefs. I swear to God. At least I know who Tim Pool is. We beef. We beef openly. You know what I mean? You called him divorced. He is the chatter who defended Dan Schneider. No, I didn't block that guy.
Credit for that. I'm going to take credit for that.
Why did he call you names? What happened?
He said that I was a very failed musician. That's where.
That's where that came from.
That's where that came from.
Oh,
yeah. He said that he's like Tim Pool's. He said one of Tim Pool's commanders is what he called me. And so,
wait, Who did I? Who is this guy? Do you guys have the tweet? Like, I assume I said it on Twitter, I guess. You called him this. You found the clip. I feel like this is like discount. This is like discount right-wing Andrew Huberman. Like, whoa. He's a vocalist to a metal band. I used to be a big fan of them. Wait, really? Lamau, but like that's not even mean and they find it funny. It was like a joke and they found it funny and they're so annoyed. Bro, this is the lead singer of All That Remains. What's All That Remains? Philip Labonte? Labunt. He's a fucking loser. Dude, I have no idea what All That Remains is. Do you guys think I listen to fucking music, dog? I don't. Not really a joiner. All That Remains. Timcast, failed musician guy. Wait, what? This guy... Wait, I called him a failed musician and he put it in his Twitter bio? What is happening? Yo! Bro! That's so awesome. Dude. Bro. Live your life, man. Live your life. What do you... I forgot about your existence after I was done tweeting. Oh, this is it. This is what he's like mad about.
No, I don't think Tim Pool did anything.
Absolutely.
But one of his commanders, the guy who's like always the really weird like failed musician guy.
Oh my god, dude. Yo, this is so sad, bro. Bro, that's like, even in the clip, it basically is showing everyone that I have no fucking clue who this dude is. This guy tried saying you make bad music, but it was just the AI music you made for a contest. Oh my God. It's worth losing the check for a few days to let people know that I am now Commander Phil Labonte. Bro. Dude, okay, I'm gonna be honest, dude. Sometimes I get a little scared. This is one of those moments where I'm a little scared about like how seriously people take a lot of the offhanded remarks I make. Because like, it seems as though my random comment about a person who I don't think about at all, who I don't know anything about, altered this divorced dad's life trajectory dramatically. Like he redefined, March is right, he refined his identity. He went back to the drawing board and was like, I'm the guy that this fucking dumb himbo on a Leftovers podcast, on an episode of the Leftovers podcast called A Failed Musician. Those 10 seconds were 10 seconds that has now changed this dude's vibes. Like, what the fuck? 48-year-old man. You called me a failed musician guy. It was the worst day of my life, but for me, it was Tuesday. Dude. You also clowned on him when the Media Matters girl ratioed him on Twitter for being a weirdo on Tinder. Yeah, that's what I know him as. He's the guy who's like horny on Tinder. You need to understand that you wield billionaire level power when it comes to divorced dads. Dude, like Sneeko, Aiden Ross to a certain degree, Andrew Tate, Phil Labonte, like so many men have been broken by just like something that I just threw out there in the orbit without ever thinking about it. Like I just never looked back. I just said something randomly and just moved on. Oh, Mr. Bonarelli. It is genuinely shocking. Yeah, I remember this. I remember this one. This is like, that's my girl Kat. Media Matters' very own. She's the GOAT. Getting super liked by a horn dog over here. Oh yeah, I'm not trying to be a Media Matters hit piece. I did send her a message like, yo, Tinder is fucking with me.
Damn, this guy's good.